Hello and welcome to Out in the Shed. Another project. I posted up a photo of what I was doing. I've made these handguns up, but they're not guns, they're wind deflectors. And I'm quite happy with the way they came up. I think the style, in my view, it suits the shape of the bike here and also blends in reasonably well with this. Now the reason for these is they're not to protect the levers, they're just a wind deflector. They're not handguards, they're wind deflectors, so you know, it's just to get the wind over my hands. The last ride I went on, I got it from my place to Yamanto. I had my winter gloves on and my bloody hands were freezing. So I pulled over and I put my thermals on, and from Yamanto down to Peak Crossing it was foggy and it was cold, and Jesus, my hands were bloody really cold, of course I've got a bit of arthritis in them, so the cold doesn't help. So I thought to myself, geez, I need some bloody wind deflectors. So I went on to the internet and I looked, you know. You can buy them that suit specifically for the XSRs, but when I looked at the style of them, for me they didn't do anything for me, and mainly because they wouldn't have blended in with the style of this bikini fairing. I mean, you know, I suppose this fairing is a love it or hate it. I love it. It serves its purpose. I've actually got a deflector on order I'm going to put up here and try and get more wind over me. But yeah, so that's the end of the project. There'll be a slideshow afterwards showing you how I've made the brackets and mounted them. Now these particular ones are made from alloy. It was alloy sheeting that I had left over in the shed. Now none of this has cost me any extra money, because I love coming down the shed, and when I get an idea in my brain, I look around and I see what I've got available inside the shed, so that I don't have to go and buy anything else. So all the steel, the alloy, nuts and bolts and everything, they're all from previous projects. So it's good to be able to use up what you've got, you know. So yeah, so look, the other thing being is a few people have commented, you know, being alloy, that they could turn into meat slices, but I'm not overly concerned with it, because you see how it's got they've got flex in it, but there's enough flex there, even if the wind pushed them back a bit, it wouldn't worry me. But in a fall, if I went forward with my gloves on, I think it would just flex forward. They might get bent back or whatever, but I'm not overly concerned with that. But I have isolated these on the brackets. When you have a look at some of the photos, it's all rubber mounted, so that when if it's vibrating, it's not going to set up for it to crack where the holes are mounted, where the mounting holes are. So anyway, that's the finish of that little project. I think it came up quite well. I do like the style of it, as I said. You know, but the same with anything, you know. Some people like it, some people don't. It's, you know, it's a personal thing. But anyway, there'll be a slideshow on this, and I'll catch you next time out here in the shed on another project. If there's another one, usually is. Alright, see you next time, bye.